Hi everybody. Well, I feel I really made a mistake this year. I am picking my corn today, and I did a little bit the other day, and I am running into some serious mud. Had I got on it a little faster and picked my corn 2 weeks earlier than I did, I think the corn would have been plenty dry enough and it would have been on dry ground. Now I'm in mud, very bad mud, and it's a lot worse than I even expected it would be. Also, I'm using my new wagon, and that wagon is, of course I just put on a new floor, so all that lumber is green. The wagon is 16 feet long and 8 feet wide, so it's a very heavy wagon to be pulling through the mud that we've got to deal with. Last year we actually picked the corn with Lady and Ken, but I borrowed my neighbor's gravity box, and his gravity box has quite large tires, truck tires type of thing, and the bigger the tire, the easier it rolls. And of course it's a shorter, more compact wagon than what I'm using today. But because of my corn crib setup, I much prefer unloading with this wagon. As you can see, I can unload, and I have 2 spots in the crib that has openings on the side, so I can throw it right in. And we've got a good start here, but we still have a long ways to go. I shouldn't say a long ways, but we should have been done by now. We're dealing with a lot of mud, even in the tires and every place. But anyways, that's just the way it goes sometimes. Let's go down and get started, and I'll try to explain a few more things as we go along. Cuffed up. G. Okay, so we're out the cornfield. I'm going to start it up. We're going to start picking. But one thing I just thought of just now with my wagon, it's kind of comical in a way, or I don't know what you want to call it. But anyways, I told you I had to put 2 boards on there, and I left room by the 2x6s for another board, thinking I didn't know how much I'd put on. And I've used this wagon, a wagon similar to this one. I've used a tractor with the picker, and we'd put a good sized load on, go around the field quite a few times. So the first time, I think we went around 3 times, and it was just about all we could do to pull the thing. And they weren't really in the mud then. They were still partially on the sod ground, type of thing. But now I'm going around 1 time, just 1 time, and it's a tiny load. But what you're going to do, the one spot down at the end of the field where I finish up, is just so bad with mud, and we'll show you. And so, and my horses are pretty good pullers. You've seen them before going to horse pulls and whatnot, and it's taking its toll on them. And it's not the whole field, it's just mostly this lower end here. So we'll show you anyways.
Would you be able to do this if you were using a tractor right now?
Oh my goodness, no. I couldn't. My tractor's a 2-wheel drive tractor, and I couldn't even drive through the field empty and I'd be buried. There's just no way in the world my tractor, and probably any 2-wheel drive tractor, I'm quite certain of this, there's no 2-wheel drive tractor that could pull this unit through where I'm going, and you'll see in a minute. So anyways, let's get her started up and we'll head on over there. Okay guys.
He's at the end of the field, and they're coming around the corner. I ran around to meet him.
Years ago when we bought this farm, that year we bought it in September, and that year a neighboring farmer was renting this field, and he had put the whole field into corn, and he never got it harvested. We ended up plowing it all under the following spring because it was just too wet. Even with his four-wheel drive tractors, he just could not do it. Okay, so we made it through the mud one more time. I just shut the motor off and so that I can go up empty. I mean, without the motor running. I can't stop. Careful. This is one of these jobs, and we all have to do them once in a while. Just a terrible, terrible job. I feel bad even having the horses do it. But it's one of those situations, the only other option I have is wait until it freezes. And some years that works okay, but some years we get snow before it freezes, and then you just can't get the corn picked. So this is, like I said, it's a terrible job. I hate to have to do it, but so often in life we all have to do jobs that are terrible jobs, just miserable jobs. We hate to do it, and this is one of them for these guys. And that's why I only go around one time, and it's set up pretty nice actually, because I can go around one time. My crib is close enough that I can just go right up to the crib after every single time around, and I can pull right beside it, and I don't have to unhitch the wagon or anything, and that gives them a lot more rest time. So even though it's a really hard pull, especially at the very end, they have a lot of time to rest. And the problem is it's taking me forever to do the job to get it done, but that's just the way it is sometimes. With mud, all horses, hardly any horse likes to walk through mud, and it will nerve them up, and just to walk through it is extremely hard. So it's quite a hard job to do, but we're getting her done.
They seem like they did really well with it, actually. Rest time, guys.
Oh. Okay, so on my crib, I'm just gonna put boards up here, and so I'll climb up in the wagon. And of course, it doesn't look like that much corn, but it's spread over 16 feet, so it's more here than you would think. It is surprisingly easy to shovel this corn with these plastic scoop shovels. It just slides so easy, and the floor is nice, so it slides along the floor really nice. And because I'm unloading every single load, it's not a lot per load, and it's just the right amount to get me warmed up to go back in for another load.
Coming in for another load.
Oh.
See how they do starting up the engine this time.
hard. Yeah, but yeah. Oh.
I'm surprised they were breathing so hard when they got done, but they probably took them, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes to get over here. And then he'll calm down pretty good. Kenny, no fun, huh?
Okay, you want to unload that?
Lady, let me wipe your face off for you. Yeah, I can unload it.
Shut through that other hole too.
Huh?
You can shut through the other hole right there too.
Oh. Huh. About that being open.
So Buck was working quite well, but Bill really needs some exercise. And I went and swapped horses. So Bill is on my right, Lady is on the left, and Ken is in the middle. And I adjusted the evener too, so Bill has a lot more harder pull than Ken does. And it should work good. And he'll settle down after a little bit, I hope. Oh. Hope. Right there. Left there. Oh. This happens periodically. I'd much rather have it happen there than down in the bottom down there. It happens down there some too, and then you gotta dig all that out of there. But anyways, we're good to go.
The head on this corn picker is usually adjusted with a hydraulic cylinder. I don't have one on here, and of course I have no hydraulics, so I just have a chain that holds it in place, which it doesn't actually hold it in place. It stops it from going down too low. So it usually sits at the right spot, but for some reason it popped up and I can't get it down where it belongs for some reason, but we'll go like it is for a bit.
Not sure what's going on here. It was just where we're sitting, but here it is.
I've had a few people in the comments ask me why I don't use more horses. Last year I just used 2 horses and I was able to do the job quite well with just 2 horses, and I think we were actually hauling more corn than we are now with 3 because the ground was dry. But anyways, with 2 horses it was hard because the horses had to walk right on the corn rows. With 3 horses, they're situated in such a way that each horse is walking between the corn row. And of course they were cultivating corn and things like that this summer, so they're used to walking between. It's just a lot easier to do it that way. So that's why I chose to go with the 3 horses, and it's worked quite well. If I went with 4 horses, which it would be nice because it's pulled so hard, I don't know where I put the fourth horse.
Oh. Oh.
So here I'm trying one more time to get the head of the picker down where it belongs, and now it dropped down in place. I don't know why it didn't before.
Hi, Cap. Cap. I catch that. Yeah, Keep up. Keep up. Duke, you got burdock in your mane. Be careful. Oh. Well, the day's almost done, and we're done pretty well in the corn picking. I might have some more footage later on as we finish up the field, but I was pleased with Bill. He went pretty good. So I hope you have a great day, and don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy these videos, and we'll see you next time.